Okay. Variation. Today we are going to study about variation. Now, what is the meaning of variation? Variation means observable differences in the characteristics among the individual of the same species. What does it mean? It means that we all belong to the same species, that is I and you all people, we all belong to the same species. But even then, there are many differences among the individual of the same species. We all are different from one another. Now, why we all are different from one another? Because we have different parents. ठीक है, मैं आप लोगों से क्यों different हूँ? Why I am different from you people? Why all the students in the class are different from one another? Because we have different parents. इस चीज को हम क्या कहते हैं? Rather than saying different parent, we call it random mating. ठीक है? Now next. Okay, fine. We all are having different parents, but what about our siblings? Our siblings, they belong to the similar parent, but why they are different? Why our siblings are different? Because of the random fertilization of gametes. What does it mean? Random fertilization of gametes. That means there are millions of sperm, and out of those millions of sperm, which sperm is going to fertilize by which egg? It is totally random process. Clear? समझ में आ गई? Which sperm is going to fertilize which egg is totally a random process. Fine? Okay, fine. Now then, why gametes are different? Is there any difference between the gametes? Yes, there is a difference between the gametes. Why? Why one gamete is different from another gamete? One gamete is different from another gamete, number one, because of the gene mutation. And number two, because of random assortment of gene during gamete formation, which is also known as shuffling of alleles during meiosis. What happened in the first stage of meiosis? The shuffling of alleles occur, which is also known as random assortment of genes. What does it mean? These are homologous pair of chromosome. Fine. Now, what's the meaning of homologous pair of chromosome? Homologous pair of chromosome means, as you all are aware of it, homologous pair of chromosome means having the same gene sequence. For example, if at this place on this chromosome, the allele for hair is located, the gene for hair is located, then on this position, the gene for hair is also located. But the allele could be similar or could be different. As you can see over here, the allele for the hair color is capital A, whereas over here the allele for hair color is a small a. The alleles are different, but genes are similar. Same at this place. Here the gene for, let's suppose, height is located. This chromosome, it contains dominant allele, whereas this chromosome, it contains recessive allele. So what happened in the first stage of meiosis? That is, during gamete formation, meiosis occur. And what happened in the first stage of meiosis? Crossing over will occur. Crossing over could occur at any place of the chromosome. It could occur at this place, it could occur in the middle, and it could occur in the terminal end. ये देखो, इस डायग्राम में भी मैं भी इसको एक्सप्लेन करूंगी. ठीक है?
But
If the
miss,
crossing, yes, Sigrid.
डिवीजन के दौरान पूरा क्रोमोसोम सेपरेट नहीं हो जाता?
Chromosome separate होता है, but before separation, this process occur, which is known as crossing over. ठीक है? This is the first stage of meiosis. Clear? This is the first stage of meiosis. In the first, actually meiosis, it occurs in several stages. So in the first step of meiosis, what happened? The crossing over will occur. Fine? So after the crossing over, the shuffling of alleles will occur. As you can see over here, this part of the chromosome, it detached from this chromosome and it get attached to this part. So this chromosome will bear half of that, this chromosome's part and half of, and then this chromosome will have the sum of the part of this chromosome. Okay, so this is called shuffling of
Miss
alleles.
meiosis,
Now,
Miss meiosis कितने stages में होती है?
meiosis it occur in 4 stages, बल्कि 4 plus 4 8 stages में होती है. Fine. Now, in the last stage,
हम पढ़ेंगे?
आपके सिलेबस में नहीं है, आपके सिलेबस में नहीं है, और अगर टाइम होगा तो इंशाल्लाह मैं पढ़ाऊंगी. ठीक है, मैं पढ़ाऊंगी अगर टाइम होगा. ओके, सो
क्योंकि मुझे कोई खास समझ नहीं आई shuffling of alleles.
हाँ, एक मिनट रुक जाओ, मैं बता रही हूँ. So what happened in the first stage of meiosis? The shuffling of alleles occur. How the shuffling of alleles occur? By crossing over. The chromosome, they cross one another at certain point. वो किसी भी point पे एक दूसरे को cross कर देते हैं. and because of the crossing over, shuffling of allele occur, एक क्रोमोसोम का पार्ट टूट के यहाँ से डिसजंक्शन होती है क्रोमोसोम की, and it get attached to other chromosome, due to which the chromosome gets shuffled from one chromosome to another. Now, when the chromosome, we all know that what happened during meiosis, chromosome they get segregated during meiosis. यही होता है ना, what happened during gamete formation. अब ये क्रोमोसोम यहाँ से भी ब्रेक होगा और यहाँ से भी ये क्रोमोसोम ब्रेक होगा. तो ये these two pair of chromosome ये सेपरेट होंगे और इनके भी chromatids बनेंगे. So one of the sperm will carry the chromosome bearing these alleles A and B. One of the sperm will carry small a and capital B. Some of the sperms will carry capital A, small b. Some of the sperms will carry capital A, capital B. So these are the different varieties of sperms are formed. ठीक है, ये different varieties of sperms बनेगी. Now I'm going to explain it through this diagram as well. ठीक है, let's suppose this is a homologous pair of chromosome. This is the first homologous pair of chromosome. ठीक है, having same gene sequence. सबके पास same gene sequence है. Now the crossing over will occur. Here the crossing over will occur at this point, and in this chromosome the crossing over will occur in the middle. It's totally a random process. It's not under our control. ये हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं होता कि कहाँ से क्रॉसिंग ओवर होगी. इधर से भी हो सकती है क्रॉसिंग ओवर, could occur at this point and could occur at this place and could occur at this place. किसी भी प्लेस पे हो सकती है. ठीक है, आफ्टर क्रॉसिंग ओवर, when the chromosome they get separated, जब ये क्रोमोसोम सेग्रीगेट होंगे, तो it is also possible that chromosome will pick up the part of other chromosome. As you can see over here, this red one will carry the other part of the blue one's chromosome, whereas this blue one will carry the other part of red one's chromosome. Here the half blue and half red, here half red and half blue. But it is also possible that after crossing over there is no disjunction of the chromosome occur, कोई breakdown ना हो chromosome का, and chromosome it gets separated as it is. Crossing over के बाद भी chromosome ऐसे ही separate हो जाए without any shuffling of allele. Clear? So different varieties of gametes are formed. The gametes could be this. Gamete could be having this combination of allele. Gamete could be having this combination of allele. Could be having this combination of allele, and could be having this combination of allele. In this way, variety of gametes are formed because of the shuffling of allele. Clear? समझ में आ गई? Hello?
Yes.
Kind of.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So in the first stage of meiosis, 1 minute, Sidra. In the first stage of meiosis, crossing over occurs, and in the last stage of meiosis, chromosome they get segregated. Fine. So this crossing over is essential for the variation in gamete. ठीक है? Variation in gamete के लिए this crossing over is it occurs, and this crossing over is responsible for the variation in gamete, and it's totally a random process. समझ में आई ये वाली बात? अनुषा, अब समझ में आई? अभी भी नहीं समझ में?
आ गई.
And what about you, Sidra? Okay. So
Yes.
variation is influenced by we all are different from one another. Why we all are different from one another? Because of random mating. Then why our siblings are different? Because of random fertilization of gametes. Then why gametes are different? The gametes are different because of random assortment of gene during gamete formation. Let's suppose ये बहुत मुश्किल term लगती है आपको, random assortment of gene. Leave it. Say it's shuffling of allele. ठीक है? Now because of the shuffling of allele during meiosis, gametes are different. One of the biggest reason for variation is mutation. तो अगर कभी एग्जाम में एग्जामिनर पूछता है आपसे कि व्हाट्स द रीजन बिहाइंड वेरिएशन, तो सबसे पहला रीजन आप क्या लिखेंगे? म्यूटेशन. ठीक है, जीन म्यूटेशन. ओके. नाउ नेक्स्ट, environment also affect the way the gene express themselves. For example, if you had the gene for tall height, ठीक है, but even then you are not tall heighted. Why? Let's suppose if you have gene for tall height, but even then you are not tall. Why?
हमने सही
Due to
nutrition और
incomplete
exercise
diet,
नहीं की.
insufficient diet.
Because of insufficient diet, because you didn't exercise. ठीक है? So our lifestyle, our environmental factor, it affects on the expression of the gene. ठीक है? Let's suppose if we have the gene, but even then we are not tall. If I have the gene for good complexion, but even then I don't have good complexion because of my lifestyle. मैं धूप में काम करती हूँ, मैं मजदूर हूँ, ठीक है, कहाँ से मेरी स्किन अच्छी रह सकती है, ठीक है. So it's all depend upon environment. The environment it also causes variation. Clear? समझ में आ गई ये वाली बात? Okay? Hello?
Ji.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'll stop the recording. Variation.